Greetings,
Poggers.
ladies. Of course, because all audience see we have a Canadian here.
Hi.
Greetings, everybody. Fist of Fury here, and today we're going to talk about the Season Pass Ultimate Tank. And my goth, I have to say really quick before we dive right into this tank, I have to say it's better than the Tiger we had. Don't you agree, Chunks?
Yes.
I mean, if you guys want to see a review on that, we'll talk about that another day. But I think it's way better. But okay. There's a lot to talk about here, and we're going to dense it down a little bit. We're going to not talk about so much about its stats and stuff like that because there is so much to talk about here, audience. So this is the first time I'm going to cut back on a little bit, just show my little bit of opinions. Okay? Now, for anyone who knows me real quick, we are going to talk about the armaments. Now, I'm not going to read the whole detail like I said. So far, the head armor is not bad. Not the whole armor. I mean, the head armor is not bad. Whole armor is a little iffy, to be exact, because the whole armor, yeah, it's angled 45 degrees really good. And for the amount of armaments you could see on thing, it's. I mean, big tier 9 guns can rip apart this because this thing goes into tier 9 games, which. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of wargaming doing this all the time. I mean, do you want to say anything, Chunks, about the armaments?
No, pretty much it just you summed it up. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have a
mean,
whole lot of armor.
the only other weak spots, if anything, is the commander's hatch, but look how rounded that commander hatch is, audience. You try to fire AP or APCR, that is not going to easily pen, unless you aim right in the middle, but that's like a very lucky shot. Like a really extremely. And yeah, I mean, honestly, all in all balanced tank. Now, obviously, don't expose the side. Just saying, just don't. It's look at that green. No, just what are you doing, man? No. So yeah, so don't expose the side. Whole armor, can block some guns, but not all in all bad tank. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to get long with this video, but there's a reason why I wanted to make it short. Is because, and this is the reason why my best friend Chunks here most of all, this tank has two guns you can select. You have the standard 88 mil, and then you got the two clip. Is it two clip or three clip?
Three.
Three, because he's gonna run the autoloader. I'm gonna run the standard standard gun. And for those who want to know the difference, real quick, the difference is the single shot. As you could see, rate of fire obviously is part of that. Um, but if you went to the autoloader, it also decreases the accuracy. So much though that some people say it doesn't make a huge difference, but people have noticed more like the single barrel for more accuracy. But I understand there's a cult of people that like the autoloader just to get rid of the tank. And Chunks is one of them, right, Chunks?
Yep.
You don't sound a sound of hope there. Um,
Well, it's just
Come on.
I know the teammates that we're gonna be getting are not gonna be the greatest.
I'm not gonna go in full detail of everything. Hit points 1,400. So we're going to go straight to the cost. Now, usually when I do these videos, I usually talk about the commander it comes with, which is a fucking adorable teddy bear. I love him. Um, but usually I do that, but it takes up way too much time. I can guarantee to tell you this tank is designed to be a mid-range fighting or sniping. Because with the autoloader, yes, you can harm some sevens, but you can't easily kill it because it doesn't high roll enough to kill them. As you can see by the screen of 220, which is actually I roll like 208 or something like that. High rolls, I've only rolled like 212. What's your high roll that you hit, Chunks, with this gun?
About 200, 220. The absolute highest I've seen me hit for personally was 240.
That must have
Uh,
been like a really light armored
yeah.
tank. Fair
It was.
enough. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes it goes by paper and sometimes it doesn't, but anyone who knows World of Tanks, you have to also consider the armaments, the distance, and the capability of the gun because we're going to talk about ammunition now because obviously this is the biggest important because this is something you don't see, so you can't really, know the cost of ammunition, which I'm gladly showing you on screen. Cost for one shell, AP, goes up to 100 meters is 194. For 500 meters, 172. Now that's good if it's in its own tier. That round is good against its own tier, medium 8s, and sometimes maybe medium 9s, depending if you're lucky. But if you're up against a heavy tank that's right in front of you, yeah, there's a problem there. So keep that in mind too, that your gun's amazing in your tier, just not anything above it. Which sadly you may be spamming the premium, which is heat for all those lovely people out there that loves shooting heat. This one is a treat for you because it has heat firing out of it. Out of penetration for 100 meters is 250, and I'm not going to say the 500 meters because anyone who knows heat, it's the same penetration. So, and for one shell is 4,800. Now, chunks. Now
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask because I forgot to look the autoloader. Does the autoloader for your ammunition is the same cost as that?
Yep.
So instead of having a single shot to fire one shell, autoloader you have to times it by two, and that can get a little pricey. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing does damage, but that's pricey for an autoloader. Or a single shot. That's like a lot of credits. And then you got HE, which honestly, if you're like me that wants to keep more shells and other things and don't pack none for this one, I understand. I just pack them sometimes for light tanks and stuff, but I don't for this one. It's 180, so that's not bad price. Penetration at 100 meters is 44, and the same thing again for 500 meters. Now, the problem with that penetration, like I said, the reason why I don't pack any, those are only good for artillery and light tanks. And I'm not talking about any light tank. I'm talking about box shaped light tanks. Like, no angle whatsoever. Because if you try to shoot a light tank with angle on it, it's going to not do a lot. I mean, you're not shooting a KV2 right up the rectum of a light tank, audience. We're talking about like an 88 HE, which is not great. Because even for me as a German, they're not really good to shoot angle positions to do that much damage. So keep that in mind if you're going to load that up. So I know there's a lot more other things to talk about. We'll talk about it in game. And like I said, I'm going to run the single shot. Chunks is going to run the autoloader. All right? So we'll see you in game. Fucking bear dropping the shell. He's dropping the F bomb. Literally.
He's dropping the S ball, the shell.
All right, audience, here we are, and we are. Oh, God. We're in a tier 9 game where we get a tier 9 arty, but they get a tier 9 STI. This is not going to be good. But anyway, so let's talk about the reloading real quick, because my reloading for this single gun is 6.3. Chunks, what is yours for your autoloader?
Give me 3 more seconds so I can tell you.
So
It
obviously faster than the other one.
is 16.6 seconds.
Alright, 16.6 seconds. So honestly, I really think it just times it by another shell on this one. Actually, no, I think it's a little bit longer because we're running both crews on it. So it's basically like mine gets cut down quite a bit as you can tell, but it feels like they just stack on the reloading. Now,
Yeah,
me
so
personally,
yours gets the ability to fire 2 shells
no,
and
you
like
do.
half of one. No,
I
two
shoot
shells and
one.
half of one in the time that I
Yeah.
shoot 3.
Oh, you're
But
talking about if we were
mine,
shooting each other.
yeah, but mine, however, hey, it's another Canadian. Sorry. But mine has the ability to fire them all at once, whereas yours you can choose when you fire them.
That is true.
I actually hit that Lycan.
Nice. I don't want to go too aggressive because we're still seriously the underdogs.
The only thing
So,
I'd say sucks about this thing is when you fire one shell, you're stuck with two more. And either you reload or you just run around with two shells.
that's true.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know why you're pushing.
Ow!
Yeah, that's why.
Look, I got shot in the butt.
This is not going to be a good game, audience. I mean, sorry, we're not talking much, but the thing to tell you about this is, like, honestly, you could go aggressive like we're doing, but we're in a tier 9 game. I don't know why we're going aggressively, but okay.
Because
I
I'm
mean,
aggressive.
because unfortunately, though, the beautiful thing about this tank when you're facing other people, audience, is you don't know if he has the single barrel or the
What the
double
f...
barrel.
Okay, Guardian SCGs have bounced on me.
He shot you in the head. I saw that in the video
No,
thing.
he shot me at the track.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if you angle it slightly, audience, you can actually block some
Alright,
shells. There we go. So
uh,
pen. Ow, that penned. Come on,
not gonna
reload,
worry
reload,
that
reload,
much.
reload. Got him.
Hi, Hammer. You wanna
Ooh,
start pummeling me?
Sahama. Sorry,
Hammer.
audience. We'll give you our opinion at the end of this game. Like, we're doing this real
Oh
time. There's
god,
no
oh god.
editing. What?
Premium,
Oh,
premium, premium,
piss.
premium,
I
premium,
don't,
premium.
I don't have
Load the
premium
fucking
loaded.
premium. Why
Now I
don't you
am.
load it?
Because I don't, I'm not money wasting fucker. There.
Wow.
Sorry, I
Oh
stressed
my
out.
god, it's a Skoda.
Yeah, I don't know why
Hey,
we're trying.
hey, you're my father. Chill. He bounced?
Yeah, because like I told you, the head armor is fucking amazing. Okay.
Alright.
Ow! Fucking artillery. Well, there's the other tank we have to review. Just to
Oh, I
let you
caught him
know,
on fire.
audience. Yeah, please don't shoot me. I don't see where hammer rack went. Okay, got him.
Holy crap. Being aggressive worked.
Whew. Anyway, if you're
Back
going
to
to,
the review
bro,
of this
now that we could breathe for 5
thing.
fucking minutes, don't do like we did unless you are capable of protecting one
Pulling it off?
another. Because honestly, we were supposed to snipe, but honestly, with the arties targeting us, it makes sense to push, but we got extremely lucky that they didn't bother with us. Like, extremely. Oh, I blind fire with not aiming in.
Oh, let's
Nice.
go.
See,
That's the
that's
time
another
where the
thing.
autoloader comes in handy.
That is true. But I like to have more accuracy. See,
Yeah.
to be fair, audience, if you have this tank, because obviously Season Pass Ultimate, I'm pretty sure a lot of people already have this tank by now. Do not judge people if they have single shots. I get it that it's more damage, but there is a reason why people love the single shot, and I understand from playing so many games of this that having more accuracy from long range of distance plus the head armor hold down does make this even more terrifying than the autoloader. So don't
Oh, hi.
judge people like that. Oh crap. Okay, I gotta reload the premium because that's an STI. I don't want to
I just
fire
got
money.
so much tracked damage.
Oh, equalizer got him.
God.
I mean, I guess there you go, audience. Oh man. Okay, we'll just give you our final verdict when we get him back in the garage because
Hey,
this one was a quick
MVP.
video. Let's see where we're in the top. Of course, Chunks is up there.
Yeah, baby. Fucking
All
love
right,
this thing.
let me show how much we earned. I made 35,000. How much did you made?
With premium,
Obviously.
71,000.
Yeah, because you got the autoloader and you were shooting pretty good
I
at
was going
him.
ham.
Yeah. See, if like you could see up there, obviously, if you look at our both damage, like because of his autoloader, yeah, he dishes out more damage, audience. But if we're kind of very close when it comes to damage, yeah, you got 3 kills because you got the autoloader, but I'm just saying if you actually look at my damage, 1,421 to his 1,997, we're pretty damn close when it comes to damage. So,
Hmm.
honestly, I don't think it was bad. Now, granted, it wasn't the best game to show in it, but that's World of Tanks. There is no predicting what games are going to be. It's just showing off the tank, showing the capabilities. Chunks bounced so many shells off the head armor and side tracks, which was amazing with this tank. So, yeah, let's go back to the garage for the final verdict. So, final verdict. Now, Chunks.
I think honestly, since let's think about it logically here, almost like everyone who gets it is getting the season pass ultimate, right?
Right.
Spending 6,000 gold for the tank, the commander, season pass, some skips and stuff like that. Honestly, it's a really good deal. I personally really enjoyed the tank. Definitely see some of the major flaws that it does have. For the price of the tank, I'd give it a 7. It's a pretty
All
good
right.
price, you know? Um, and for the tank, with, all its flaws and everything like that, I'd also give it a 7. I think this is a really well-rounded set, tier 7.
Yeah. All right. My turn. So, my final verdict. Okay. There's a lot to talk about here. Um, yes, a lot of people are going to say, show Mercy Fury like Chunks did because of the price. Yeah, but that's the whole reason of being a tank reviewer now, is it? The whole point of it is to see if it can do it. And honestly, this tank is a lot of fun. I will not deny that. I haven't had much fun with the Czechoslovakian route in a long time. This is actually not bad. Now, however, is it the best tank? Is it going to replace my Tiger 131? Is it going to replace my other beloved tier 7s like the Dreadnought and all that? No. 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 Because honestly, at the end of the day, I love tanks premiums that have choices, and World of Tanks should do more of that. Let us have more options wargaming. Don't be scared. Just let us have more options with the gun. If we don't want your crappy gun that's on it, give us a chance to do changing like they did with the equalizer. Just let us choose. This I like a lot in this type of tank. Just the ability to switch out tanks, guns. That's perfect. However, we have to talk about the big elephant in the corner of the room. And that is this tank cannot fight a lot of 8s, a lot of 9s. You just saw that game, audience. We had to load premium to deal with some tanks. And that's a big problem when you're a tank that's trying to make money. Like I just said out loud to Chums, I don't want to waste money. I'm like a capitalist. I want to keep all the money to me, okay? I don't want to waste it. So, having a tank to where you have to waste it on heavily armored tanks is technically a problem to me because the whole point of a tank is to make money. So, and also the biggest problem with the elephant in the corner of the room that has a red stamp on it is it goes into tier fucking 9s. Who came up with this? Who in the fucking development team said 88 that has almost the same pen as the Tiger 131, which has pref matchmaking, mind you, and said have him face 9s? What? I don't care if it fires heat and it does a lot of pen. 9s will eat your fucking asshole with this tank. I mean, imagine you have to go up against an E75, a Maustian, Doom Turtle. Think about that. And honestly, I just see that being a huge problem. Now, granted, is this going to be a popular tank and still being seen? Absolutely. This tank has armaments and is terrifying in its own tier. However, I can't see it lasting forever with us. So, the final verdict I have to give to the tank, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this, I'm going to say a 6 out of 10. Now, I know Chung's gave it an okay rating, but to me personally, it's got meh kind of play style. It's got armaments, yes. It has a good gun, yes. But matchmaking's awful. Fucking pen on heavy tanks sometimes is awful, resorting you to premium rounds. The whole armor can only bounce anything that's like 250. If any gun is 250 pen, shooting at your whole armor, you're fucked. Yeah, there's nothing you can do because that's gonna pen. Even if you angle it, you may have a slight chance of blocking. But if it's something with a tier 9 gun with a 120mm cannon, you are fucked. Because that will go right through your whole armor like it was nothing. Now, like you saw in the video, head armor, amazing. But I'm just getting ahead of myself. It's just, there's so many good and there's so many bad. So, 6 out of 10. Now, for the price that it gives you, honestly, in the season pass, and I'm going to just talk about this real quick. In the season pass, there's really not much they're giving out besides, the Grizzly, Fighting Girlfriend, King Dragon. So you're getting a good chunk of tanks, that's good. But if you do have them, there's no point. Or the CS-52. I mean, getting the Season Pass Ultimate, jumping 25 levels, and getting a 3-star commander, thank you God, because I don't know who's the idiots that charge so much money with that tier 10 from the last video, giving you only a 2-star general for that type of price. It's just, I don't know. I mean, to me personally, I have to say, if you want this tank, even for experimental or not, go get it in the Ultimate Season Pass. For the single bundle, if it comes out later on, wait for it to be 5,000 gold. I'm not joking. That's the fair price I could see this tank being, and no one complain about it if it's 5,000 gold. Because, like I said, it's got amazing gun, amazing armor, and you get to choose. But the matchmaking and the fucking bullshit pen sometimes this thing has, it's ridiculous. You got anything to say for that, Chunks?
No, I honestly agree.
So, yeah, that's my final view. Now, I know this video was short, but I hope it helps you guys. Let me know if you want me to do shorter videos or go back to explaining what commanders you need, what you need to fix with it. Let me know. But until then, we won't be far long gone because there's going to be more tanks coming to you. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Chunks, for being here. And I will see you, comrades, in the next video. Roll out, my friends.